crime, Dinesh, is surging in Minnesota's bigger cities and the Twin Cities. Senator Tina Smith there made her priorities very clear over the weekend.
White police officers kill unarmed black people all the time in this country. We have to build our power so that we can get the real change that we need over the long run. This is about the challenge we have in this country to address the systemic racism, the systems that devalue black lives.
Dinesh, she really cared about black lives. Wouldn't she be demanding more law enforcement to protect black neighborhoods inside of Minneapolis tonight?
Absolutely. It seems like she is very solicitous of the black criminal and has no concern for the black victim. In most cases, it's the black criminal who is focusing on the black victim. In other words, black on black crime. That is the norm. The kind of racist white cop, that is an anomaly. So it's really odd here that what you have is in Democratic-run cities, they're subsidizing homelessness, they're subsidizing crime, and no wonder they're getting a lot more of it. It's not just that they are providing benefits to the homeless, but they're also, in a sense, giving them a kind of immunity. They're above the law. And so in places like San Francisco, they'll walk up to a diner and kind of take the chicken leg right off your plate, and nothing can be done about it. So there's a kind of civilizational breakdown in these cities. And by the way, these cities have been under Democratic control now for decades, but I think they're getting even worse because it's corresponding to the radicalization within the Democratic Party. Bill Clinton is no longer the Democratic Party now. It's a completely different party.
And by the way, guys, CNN, they see zero connection between the entire defund the police movement and the soaring crime rates. Watch.
There hasn't been any real movement and actions around defunding the police across the country, even though there has been this rise in violent crime, really going back a couple of years. If you look at it, and you saw a massive increase in 2020, not clear why that is. I think you will have people start to turn against this movement.
Which is not even to say that the reallocation of funding wouldn't work. It might.
Yeah.
But people, when they're scared, cling to security.
Kurt, people, when they're scared, they just cling. They cling. That's all. He's back to the bitter clingers deal, right? Smearing Americans who are more concerned about violent crime.
How dare Americans not want to be raped or robbed in their own towns? It's outrageous, and it's not going to continue. Look, there's going to be a backlash, and I wish I had more confidence in the Republicans' ability not to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. But people are getting tired of this, Laura. They are tired of always being to blame. They are tired of having to, work hard, support your families, but carry the brunt of all society's problems. The cause of crime is criminals. It is better to work than to be dependent on the government. These are basic facts that almost all of us believe. Once you're outside of a faculty lounge, and those are the values that the Republicans need to embody.
And I think, Dinesh, look, you and I over so many years have talked about Republicans' efforts to court minority voters and how important it is. And Trump really did that. If it weren't for the pandemic, I think he would have done even better among minority voters. Is this the opportunity, this and the schools, the collapse of the public schools and the collapse of law and order in the streets, is this the opportunity for the Republican Party to finally make the real pitch and make it strongly?
I think absolutely, and I would add one more issue. So yes, safety, if you think, is one of the most fundamental issues of government. That's why we have government in the first place, to protect us from sort of foreign and domestic thugs. Education is a fundamental issue. And I would say the third one is sort of ladders of opportunity. If the Republican Party doesn't just preach about the ladders of opportunity, but is able to go to inner cities and barrios and say, listen, here is the ladder, here is the way in which you can climb out of poverty, I think that combination of education and ladders of opportunity and safety is a winning program for the Republican Party.